Okay, I'm back. This is Pete from Pa Labs. We're picking up the video of the database class. And this one's going to probably be broken into a couple, three. I'm not real sure. But we'll start it all off at the top. Let's see. So this is a bulk of the comments that starts it all off. We start off with an include of DB, and we get into the declare module. Just about everything he builds out of here is on the database side is a declare module. So we start with our structure, and this is our database table object. This is the actual file structure of the object. And then we have all our public declarations here. Everything we asked for is here, plus some stuff we probably didn't ask for. We have the load of the combo. We have the load of the list icon. We have a function that actually lets us create a table. We have the init function, the dispose, the find, and that's find by ID. And then as you'll recall, we checked the box that said, give me a find by name. So here's your find by name. And then we have save and delete and validate. This is validate for the save. And then we have the delete validate. So there's all the public declares. Everything up here that you see is when you type in the name, shipping components, : these are all of the public procedures that are visible to you. So let's move on down to the actual module itself. And here we'll start with the create table. And basically, this is a function that you can call to create the table in your code if you need to. It was kind of a last minute effort or thought on my part to throw it into the database or into the object here itself. It kind of makes sense, but I don't think that in all the applications I've ever written, I don't think I've ever called it. So then we have the init, the initialization of the class. You are free to call this publicly. Everything in here is actually public. So what he does is receives a reference to the object, and first thing he does is dispose, and that would kill out any of it kills the structure, it kills the images if it's got images on it. It deletes all of the pieces that are memory related. And then he builds out a brand new set of him. So that pretty much covers init and dispose. Now we get to the functions that start working for us. The load combo name. So he's the first of the loads. And what he does is he receives a ComboBox reference. This is the enumerator of some ComboBox on some screen somewhere in your application. He creates his own set of variables. He clears the ComboBox, and then he opens up a SQL command and builds the SQL. Combo boxes, as a rule, have an ID and a name, and you can actually build them in your in ClassBuilder on just about any string field you have on your class, but you need to be careful that it is a unique sort of name. Otherwise, you'll just get lots of clones in there, duplicates. So it executes the SQL, and this right here is a call to DB, which is the DB PBI module here. to actually execute the query. It loads the DB ID variable, and what we do is iterate through the database rows that he returned in the query, and we add them to the combo box. We get the database string of the column with name. So the order of your query is irrelevant of what order all the fields come in on, because we're referencing the data down here by the column name. So that's an important thing that you need to be able to handle and understand. Okay, it sets the item data for each item to be the column ID. So that sticks the ID value of the row into the item data piece, and then it closes the data and he's done. So load ListIcon is almost exactly the same, except he's dealing with a ListIcon. We did not put in the list view, otherwise he would have built a list view here for us doing the same thing. Now, ListIcons, he actually clears all the data out of there, removes all the columns, and then creates his own columns. And here is the call to the ListIcon helper to do column justification. As a default, all columns are left justified until you tell them to do something otherwise. And we can revisit ClassBuilder real quick, and I will show you that. Let's see. We have the SQL that's generated, and yet again, this is pretty much the same code that we just went over. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and let's bring up ClassBuilder and do my hotkey for ClassBuilder. And we will come in here, and I'll show you real quick where we did these. If we modify the class, if we open up the name, and we go to this little tab here, we asked for a combo box. We asked for a ListIcon. We told him the name was going to be 180, and then you had the option of justification of the field. So this is where that data is actually coming from to build these lists. I need to also point out that we could have included the type to this. We could actually add additional fields. Oh, not list view, ListIcon. We can add as many fields as you want to that list, and he'll just build it out pretty as you please. There's no requirements that you only give one field. You can have as many as you want. You can make each individual field be whatever you want. And that's pretty much it. But be aware that when you add like this particular one here, we're adding a combo box. He's probably not going to put initially what you want in there. He's going to put the ID of the value of the field that you're actually putting in. So you would need to come back to that list code and tweak it and say, yes, give me the get, let's see, we called that component type. So get component type, feed him the key, and he'll kick back the name so you can have the pretty name put in there. So that is pretty much covering the lists of what ClassBuilder builds in the database layer, and that'll finish this particular video.